Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to read you a Guardian article. Taiwan president warns of catastrophic consequences if island falls to China. This is 30 minutes ago. Tsai Ing-wen said Taiwan will, quote, do whatever it takes to defend itself against the increasingly assertive Beijing. Taiwan is committing to defending its democracy against an increasingly aggressive China. The island president has vowed, warning of, quote, catastrophic consequences for the region should it fall. The comment from Tsai Ing-wen in an essay published on Tuesday came amid record-breaking incursions by Chinese warplanes into its air defense zone. On Tuesday, Taiwan's premier, Su Tseng-chang, said the over-the-top activity violated regional peace and Taiwan needed to be alert. China's People's Liberation Army has sent nearly 150 planes into Taiwan's air defense identification zone, ADIZ, in the first 4 days of October, in what mainland believes and media have labeled a demonstration of strength, but which the world condemned as an act of intimidation and aggression. What they're doing, ladies and gentlemen, is pretty ingenious. Hit subscribe to this channel right now. What China is doing is ingenious. And Eric, H526, Luke, thank you. Eric, everybody subscribe to Eric. H526 is China. Channel. Subscribe to Eric's channel on his Odyssey and his YouTube channel as well. If you're into games, video games, gaming, he has a fantastic channel, and also on Odyssey he streams as well. To my super chat, I can't do this without you, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to start a playlist of all the times that I talked about Taiwan invading China. Very few people have spoken about this as often as I have. You could type in H.A. Goodman, Taiwan, China on YouTube. Okay? President is starting a nuclear confrontation with China over Taiwan. President starting World War III with China as neighbor ships enter Taiwan. President's resignation after Taiwan invasion or naval blockade is possible. President starting a nuclear confrontation with China as fighter jets entered Taiwan airspace. So we have a possible nuclear confrontation ahead with China. China invading Taiwan under Biden's watch, according to the latest defense report scenarios. President is silent as 39 jets fly over Taiwan airspace and invasion drills are being conducted. President gives away Taiwan to China after his officials say U.S. won't defend the island. I have been talking about this for well over a month. Actually, close to 2 months. And this is what's taking place, okay? They wrote The Art of War, Sun Tzu, and we are worried about offensive speech in children's books. So, in terms of strategy, who do you think would win a chess match between Putin and mashed potato brains Biden or President Xi and Biden? They want Taiwan. They know that they're very likely, they might cause they might be linked to, it is possible that they could be linked to yet another global catastrophe in terms of a stock market crash. We're going to have a stock market crash. That is 100% certain. We will have a stock market crash. Now, what could take place is simply because they know it's on the horizon, or they want to deflect from the massive debt with Evergrande and with local regions within China that have trillions of dollars in debt, the bond market that could implode there and here, the stock market that could implode there and here. They might invade Taiwan to simply deflect from the economic catastrophe that's written on the wall. They could invade Taiwan in the same manner that others have invaded other countries, simply to kind of turn the page or deflect from financial or economic problems. So that could take place. I think that they're eventually they are going to invade Taiwan. There will be a stock market crash, and mashed potato brains Biden is completely and utterly clueless. It just so happens that the interests of Democrats, whether it's to prevent discussion on the origins of you-know-what, or to oppose Trump's tariffs, the interests of Democrats, the Democratic Party, or Eric Swalwell, allegedly, although I believe Eric Swalwell, I would never think that he would do anything like that, having a romantic relationship with an operative from another country, the interests of Democrats oftentimes align with, Frank G., thank you, the interests of Democrats oftentimes align with XJet Tech. No, I do not. I would not put $1 in today's stock market because it's going to crash, in my view. XJet Tech, thank you. The interests oftentimes align with China. So you had somebody who took a tough stance, but see, you gotta also understand. After Afghanistan, in terms of foreign policy and in terms of prestige in the world or our ability to project power or influence other countries, nobody takes us, because Biden completely dropped the ball on Afghanistan, because he utilized the T-ban, which the whole world was probably like, what is this man doing? Utilized the T-ban as security. Like, he literally joined forces with the T-ban. Biden did. Literally. Not like, he literally utilized one of the greatest adversaries we've ever had to not only give them names of Americans and Afghans, but also as security outside the one airport that he utilized. The one airport that he utilized to get 120,000 Americans and Afghans, or tens of thousands, over 10,000, but 120,000 Afghans and Americans out of Afghanistan within 2 weeks, which was directly led to the lives lost. The 13 Americans who lost their lives and the 169 Afghans who lost their lives because Biden gave so much power to the T-ban. You should never have only an imbecile would say that's a good thing. Well, that's what bumbling Blinken. Why, ladies and gentlemen, why? Why would you... It makes no sense why you would utilize your adversaries. And then the whole planet knows, the entire planet knows that because of the manner in which we left, it wasn't a matter of leaving. It was a matter of abiding by the Doha Agreement. The Doha Agreement could have been implemented January, February, March, April, May. No, May 1st we had to leave. So the Doha Agreement stated leave by May 1st. Mashed potato brains, for no reason at all, stated, what we're going to do is leave after May, sometime in August, September. We'll leave in September. Okay, why? No, that's the thing. There was no vision. It was just to spite Trump, and people lost their lives because of it. People lost their lives because Biden wanted to spite Trump. That's it. That's the Democratic Party has no vision. They don't even agree on infrastructure. They never talked about infrastructure. You think they care about infrastructure? That was what Trump was talking about, which was just part of what Trump was doing. We had record low unemployment during President Trump's tenure. We have an economy that's going to head into another financial crisis because Democrats tanked the economy last year. Because they said, well, to keep you safe, we're going to stop all economic activity. Like a bunch of maniacs, they push this. And Republicans like Mitt Romney just said, okay, no problem. They never fought back. They never offered an opposing viewpoint because they're petrified of media. They don't realize that media will always side with Democrats on any issue. They're an extension of the Democratic Party. So you have a situation where we've had essentially one-party rule since 2016. Even though we had President Trump, in many ways we had one-party rule. And especially nowadays, in 2022, that's going to be a very different story. So, look, I mean, if China invades Taiwan strategically, or strategery, fool me once, wrong on, you fool me once, wrong on me. No, fool me twice. George W. Bush. Fool me twice, wrong on. Fool me twice, my bad. Fool me once, strategery. Ladies and gentlemen, here's a play. Why did I put this? Why is this private? Why? Here's a playlist that I have no idea why it's private. I'll give you the link to the playlist in a second. But, ladies and gentlemen, I've been talking about this. I have been talking about this. And it is... Oh, here. Why on earth is it private? Why? Why would it be private? Okay, hold on. Lord, I'll do this later. I have a playlist that I'm going to give people on the 9 videos I've done on China invading Taiwan. Okay? Here, public. Thank you. Why is this... Why would I put it private? Here's the link, ladies and gentlemen. 9 videos. So, I've been talking about this for a while. And I've been talking about the stock market crash for a while. So here's the playlist of all the times that I've been saying they're going to invade Taiwan. Scott Scraps! I really appreciate that you are rational, pragmatic, tend to stay within this dimension of reality, and that your tinfoil any is wrapped within the loosest of layers. Thank you. Thank you, Scott Scraps. Scott Scraps, thank you so very, very much. Greatly appreciated. Scott Scraps, thank you so very much. I do go out on a limb, I know, a lot of times, but I always use reputable sources. And, you know, the world is going to get more chaotic, unfortunately. Scott Scraps, thank you so very much. The world is going to get more chaotic. It is because of maniacs that we've given full control of our future to. As a country. If you're watching this channel, Scott Scraps, everybody here, JG, hello, hope all is well, thank you. Good to see you again. And everybody here, thank you. Thank you for tuning in late at night. But we have given control to people throughout. I mean, the notion that the government is always right would be laughable 20 years ago, or 10 years ago, or 5 years ago. Now it's part of the American psyche of half the country. Why would you revere? Like, the thing is, they only revere government when they can point to, when they can use government as an authority to back their viewpoints. When Trump was in office, you can't trust Trump. You can't trust Trump at all. So, they don't really they don't trust government when Trump is in charge, but they love government. They trust the intel community that set up Trump, but they don't trust, but they worship government when government says, you know what, end all economic activity. Oh, yes, this is so good, yes. A very good idea. The original sin was tanking the economy. The original sin was also not finding out how this all happened. See, that also correlated to the interests of one country and the interests of the Democratic Party. Why would you not want to find out how this happened? Why? Because you can blame Trump. That's why. They wanted to blame Trump. They wanted to blame Trump. They wanted to blame Trump. And it's like, they couldn't simply look at everything from a rational perspective. They wanted to blame Trump. They opposed Trump's tariffs with China that Biden has continued, by the way. They botched. See, what Biden did with Afghanistan is tell the world that we don't have leadership. And it wasn't about the Doha Agreement. We needed to get out. We couldn't stay forever. People said, oh, let's stay forever. In less than an hour, 13 Americans were lost and 169 Afghans were lost. That could take place, and that does take place in other countries, Iraq, Syria, other countries. Happens daily, weekly. So we couldn't keep Americans there forever. The Lincoln Project, by the way, Bill Kristol, these people have been wrong, literally wrong on every political call, every single one. I haven't been right on everything, but I'm right on a lot. And I'll be proven, unfortunately, right about a couple things I've been obsessing over. Stock market crash being one of them. We're seeing now China is about to invade Taiwan. I've been saying this. I have two playlists. The stock market crash and China invading Taiwan. Both things I don't want to happen. If I'm wrong about both things, I'll be very happy, actually, because thank God. Like, I don't want. Who knows what could happen if when it happens? Who knows what can happen? How many lives could be lost? That'd be absolutely terrible. But see, again, Biden set the ball in motion with all of this. When Afghanistan took place, it showed the world, and especially China and others, that it's not so much that we are going to. They know that our military, we have the greatest military in the world. We have the most powerful military in the world. That's not the issue. The issue is we have no concept of basic logic. We have no strategy. We have no vision. We don't even know what we're doing from day to day. The infrastructure bill is a rushed, completely irresponsible, failed attempt at transformative legislation that anyone who looks at it, even Sinema and Manchin, just laugh at. It's like a glorified version of AOC's Green New Deal resolution, which was in legislation. They're like, the planet's going to end. Here's a resolution. Like, well, if you think the planet's going to end, you think a resolution is going to prevent that catastrophe from taking place? But Scott Scraps, thank you so very, very much. Scott Scraps, thank you. This is like a serious geopolitical, global, world history event. This is something that will be like read and learned, years from now. This is a serious issue. We have no answer at all. The only answer, because we're not going to. There could be a Cuban Missile Crisis, which is what I was talking about, where we send our Navy to confront their Navy, and it's a stalemate, and we obviously don't want to launch any nukes because of mutually assured destruction, which Democrats are like, whatever, man. It's all about what's trending on Twitter. If you even recent history, even history from 5 years ago is ancient history to Democrats. I don't know if this is apocryphal, but there's this story of, I think it was when Nixon visited China for the first time, and he asked one of the generals there, what do you think? What was it? What do you think of the French Revolution? Something along those lines, and the general said, "Well, it's too early to say." So they view history as this long term, they view history in terms of thousands of years, not just, what was on TikTok, what was on Instagram yesterday or Twitter yesterday. That's why, you have this Facebook whistleblower, it just so happens that a lot of bad things that are linked to conservative thought, we need to stop those things. It's really, I'm blowing the whistle on this. Okay, all right. You just want to silence speech without actually saying you want to silence speech. So you call somebody. Meanwhile, you have people like Chelsea Manning who are actually whistleblowers, and they're treated horribly by President Obama and Democrats. But anyway, getting back to, I think he was asking either Mao Zedong or who was Nixon? I don't know exactly what the story was. But anyway, so could have been Deng Xiaoping. Not exactly sure. But it was the story. And then the answer was, well, it's too early to tell. Too early to tell about, the French Revolution's impact on the world. So it's like we have no strategy, they have strategy, okay? This is like the 90s Hurricanes. I'm a diehard USC Trojan fan, but this is like the 90s Hurricanes, okay? You score 50, 60 points, the opponent has 0 points, and they're celebrating in the end zone every touchdown, and if you want to stop them, you prevent them from scoring. That's the only way to stop the 90s Hurricanes from celebrating in the end zone. Stop them, prevent them from scoring. Don't complain. Don't complain. Don't complain. So, tough night for my Raiders tonight. But don't complain. Stop them from scoring. And we cannot stop other people. The T-Band got $28 billion in one estimate, up to $60+ billion in weaponry. I mean, talk about a score. I mean, that wasn't part of the Doha Agreement. And you better believe if it happened under Trump, all they would be doing is, we would be focused on the Americans still there, and there are still Americans there. So, you have this really, really warped sense of priorities. If China invades Taiwan, which they're going to do, very likely in the near future, we have no response. Our response is only get the UN involved, get other countries involved, and condemn the action. But see, again, only Americans care about the word condemnation. Nobody else does. There's not a country on the planet that cares about the word condemn. Okay? We don't we constantly oh, that's right, JG, that's right. We constantly condemn people. We condemn Trump. We judge and condemn. It's like, well, your condemnation is irrelevant. What are you going to do? Okay? China is tied economically to Africa, Asia, the U.S., obviously, Europe. So they have economic clout. In many ways, more so than we do. So what are you going to do? What are you going to do? What can you do? What can you do now? And, let's see, Taiwan Semiconductor. Very important to the world's most valuable semiconductor company. Okay, so now what do you do? Now what do you do if if China invades Taiwan? Now what do you do? What do you do, right? Oh, sorry, I messed up. Oh, Lord. This is what happens when you click. Sorry, I messed up. Sorry. Oh, my God. I was trying to do something else, Eric. Oh, my God. What did I do? Lord. See, this is what happens. I tried to erase a message. Lord. No. No. How do I Oh my God. This is a... Okay, hold on. Eric, I apologize. I just wanted to erase a message. And okay, unhidden. Okay. 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 Okay, sorry. Sorry, Eric. I was an accident. I wanted to just erase a message. And of course, I pulled a mashed potato. Lord. God, this is the worst thing that happened tonight. Even more so than China invading Taiwan. Just joking. So, Eric, let us know if you're back, because it was an accident. Let us know you're alive. Oh, okay. Good. No! Why aren't you a moderator? Yeah, baby. All right. The power I wield. Hold on one second. Are you a moderator again, Eric? Yeah! Working. That's right. You will not destroy me. Mouse and YouTube controls. Anyway, sorry, Eric. Getting back to what I was saying about Taiwan and China and Biden. This is a direct result of not having a leader. We do not have a leader. This man is not a leader. Mashed potato brains is not a leader. I don't know what he is. Weekend at Bernie's, whatever. He's not a leader. He's not somebody that has vision. He doesn't have vision. I don't know. You tell me, what's Biden's vision? Does he envision anything? Trump wanted the country to prosper economically. We were doing so. Of course, they were obsessed with, he was working with Russia. He's going to work with Russia. I was like, oh my God. Then they have Facebook. There's so many theories that people believe. Oh, you mean like Russia? Like Russia collusion, which never happened? Like Trump's tax returns? The biggest imbeciles, the most gullible fools and imbeciles, or the people who believe that Trump with his tax returns has something going on with Russia. And it's like, you believe anything. That's why Mary Trump is a hero. And she might end up losing $100 million to Trump. Or CNN stated she smuggled, that was the quote, she smuggled the documents out of, from a location. And then she states, oh yeah, the lawsuit said I smuggled things. It's ridiculous. It's like literally CNN stated that she smuggled documents. It's kind of hilarious. They should use the CNN article in lawsuits. Kind of hilarious. But exactly. Probably a nap. I agree. But what's his vision? I mean, nobody knows. Nobody knows. And it's like you have a situation where China is about to invade Taiwan. We've already lost the support. Well, first of all, France, you you encroached on our nuclear deal with Australia. I could do a much better French accent. Baden. You didn't tell us about Australia. What's wrong with I can't do my impersonations tonight. I'm so lost tonight. France withdrew its ambassador because Mashed Potato Brains wanted to sell new submarines to Australia. And France had their own submarine deal with Australia. And then I was reading Politico, and they had to twist it somehow. So they're like, this reminds us of the days of Trump. Like, the days of Trump, you still had your ambassador here. So how does it remind you of the days of Trump? This is worse, according to your standards. Like when you actually remove your ambassador and then you say Trump was still worse, you know the TDS is real. So you're not really going to get France on board because they're still upset over the submarine deal with Australia. Okay? And good luck trying to work with Russia after you've demonized them for 4 years because of Facebook ads. And then, let's see, Germany and the UK will look at France and everyone else and say, well, I don't know. And then Biden, if God forbid, China invades Taiwan, will say, come on, man. Come on, man. Come on, man. It's all about the infrastructure, man. Infrastructure bill, man. Come on. Come on. You know the deal, Xi Jinping. You know the deal. You wanna end up like cornflakes? Remember at the pool? He was a bad dude. Bad dude. Mess with the best, you get cornflakes like the rest. Come on, man. And then when, God forbid, China does invade Taiwan, they'll ask him a week later, that was a week ago, man. It was a week ago. You have to be forward thinking, man. My walk-in I never really had, so I need to work on that, though. So you have Taiwan Semiconductor that could be, could it be nationalized? I don't know. You tell me. I think it's terrible. I feel bad for the people of Taiwan. It's a serious thing. It's a terrible, 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 terrible thing. And, this is what happens when you obsess over Trump's personality. This is what happens. You have unintended consequences. I mean, and you have to understand something. If and when it happens, they'll say, well, at least we don't have Trump. Like I told you, anything you could have, I always say, ICBMs raining down, Halley's Comet, just meteors, Halley's Comet redirecting their orbit towards Earth. A whole bunch of people in Democratic-run states jumping on your car, using it as a bathroom. And all of that taking place, and the check engine light turns on, because you have to go for an oil change. And you popped your tire, because you hit a nail. Okay? And, you, heaven forbid, lost stocks, because the stock market crashed. And the person in the passenger seat would say, at least we don't have Trump. Bring it. Bring everything. Bring everything. Satan could appear in your car. Your soul is mine. That's fine. At least we don't have Trump. Take the soul. It's no problem. We don't have Trump. What? That's it. That's okay. Satan, take my soul. It's fine. We don't have Trump. There's nothing you could do to me that's worse than I'm living in heaven right now. There's no Trump. So go ahead. Do whatever you want. I don't care. They don't care about anything else but not having Trump. They're completely obsessed. They're completely obsessed. That's why, like, there will never be. Don't think that there's going to be a time. Don't ever think. I mean, food shortages. Don't ever think that there will ever be a time you could say, "I told you so." That will never happen. You, unfortunately, who voted for Trump, you watching this channel, or just sat it out and said, you know what, but I don't like Biden. You will never have a time that you could say, "I told you so" to Democrats, because nothing will ever happen where they will actually say, "Oh, my goodness." JG. Exactly. It's probably. Oh, wow. That would be the best thing for them. Are you kidding? They're like, yes, we're going into a new realm. There's no Trump. He's still banned off of Twitter. Anything's better. Anyone's better. It doesn't look. They don't care. They don't care. Jacob Reed! Oh, you're still on after Facebook went down. I just assumed. Does Facebook do China bidding? I don't know. Maybe. Jacob, Facebook is... I don't understand. A lot of this is there's an element of addiction to social media. Like, it's like eating popcorn or smoking, or like it's something that people are used to. They need to find out what people are saying. There's an element of routine that it just becomes part of your life, and you think it's actually so much more important than it is. So people look at Facebook or social media in a way they shouldn't, because it's just not like... JR, hello. I don't know, but there's all these... I mean, it's so bizarre. Drain monkeys, hello. You're looking at a world where... Exactly. You're looking at a world where you will never be able to tell anyone who voted for Biden, "I told you so." It will not happen. Dinosaurs it could be Jurassic Park, and you could be actually, a Tyrannosaurus could actually eat them, pick them up with the big snout and eat them and be like, "This is fantastic," and they're bodies cut in half, their head, at least Trump isn't in office. It's nothing good. So you're never going to be able to say, "I told you so." That ain't going to happen. That will not ever happen. Nope. Not going to do it. Not going to happen. That's not ever going to happen. So, live stream last night. Bidensaurus. I think that we have a couple minutes left, ladies and gentlemen. Do you know what's going down in so many levels? We have Evergrande, China, Taiwan, the stock market in the U.S., margin debt, mashed potato brains, debt ceiling infrastructure. I mean, is there anything else? Oh, sorry, oil spill, ships waiting, docked, hundreds of ships docked. I mean, is there anything else? Like I said, you can never say I told you so, but like, I mean, is there anything else that could happen, God forbid? I mean, it's just unbelievable. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I don't want it to happen. I've been talking about it. You can watch the live. You can watch the playlists on China invading Taiwan and the stock market crash. The stock market crash is going to take place, and it's going to be devastating. Save your money, people, as I beg for Super Chat. Save your money. Every week, every month, save your money. Market crash could happen next week, could happen in March of next year, June of next year. It's going to take place. God bless you, Scorp Target. Thank you. Give me your thoughts below, everybody. Thanks so much, everybody. JG, Eric. Sorry about that, Eric. That was an accident. Hold on. See. Oh, thank God. Thank God. Luke St. Martin. Thank you, Luke, as always, for your support and being an amazing moderator. Thank you, Luke. Eric H526. Ladies and gentlemen. Exactly. General awareness. Exactly. Give me your thoughts below, everybody. I hope, God bless the people of Taiwan. I hope that China does not invade. It looks like it's a certainty that they are, unfortunately. Give me your thoughts below. I will see you very soon. Oh, subscribe to the Stock Market Crash channel. I have a very important segment tonight. JG, thank you. And I'll see you tomorrow. I'll have a very important upload on this channel. Be here tomorrow. Be here tomorrow, 7:30 p.m. Pacific on this